All right. How about them Dallas Stars advancing to the next round? Beat those Wild. We're going to be playing the Seattle Kraken starting tomorrow at 8:30. Y'all should be in bed though, so I don't know if y'all can watch that. How about that Dallas Cowboys first round draft pick? Anyways, notice your last normal math test, your unit test, is May 12th. Make sure you turned in last week's warm ups. If you were not here on Friday, put absent on the days you were absent. Don't miss out on a free easy 100 every week. Make sure you've turned in 8.1. Today we're going to be doing solving rational equations, which is 8.2. And you should have seen stuff like this before, like this warm-up, because you should have been able to cross multiply and divide, or sometimes we call it butterfly method. So if you have two fractions that are equal, so this fraction and this fraction are equal, you should be able to cross multiply. Now what's 5 times 45? Calculator tells me that it is 225. And that equals, don't forget the equal sign, and then you cross multiply over here. What's x times 75? 75x. Now that's the cross multiplying. We call it butterfly method because you can make it kind of look like a beautiful butterfly. But the next step is to divide, because to get rid of the 75 that's being multiplied in front of x, the opposite is to divide by 75 on both sides. What is 225 divided by 75? 3. So 3 equals x. Okay, now Ms. Marshall is going to pass out these 8.2 notes that are on the front table by my podium. Everyone needs to make sure you have an 8.2 notes and 8.2 assignment. So go ahead and pass. We're going to pass both of those out at the same time. Okay. And we're going to pull it up here at the front. So last chance to get this warm up. All right, here we go. The notes for 10.2 look like this. Hello. There we go. Okay. All right, so moving on here. Solve rational equations if the equation is a proportion, ratio equal to a ratio. So a fraction equal to a fraction. Then you can cross multiply and divide, okay? Which is how you isolate the variable x. So this is like our warm up. We see that we need to cross multiply this. So everyone's writing this down, right? No headphones, no phones. In the back. All right, make sure you're following along. So we're going to cross multiply this. So when we cross multiply, it's going to be x times 2. My pen is not working. There we go. X times 2, and then 5 times 3. Cool. So what is x times 2, and what is 5 times 3? So x times 2 is 2x. 5 times 3 is 15. Now our last step is to get rid of that 2 in front of x. So again, we divide by 2, and then 15 over 2 is your answer, basically. But remember, you can press Control Divide, and you can get a decimal of 7.5. Make sure you have example 1 down. This is a basic ratio equal to ratio, cross multiply and divide. This is something you definitely should have done before, whether it be Algebra 1, even middle school math, okay? We're not going to stay at this level. Okay, we're not leaving. But example 2 and example 3 is where it gets a little bit more interesting here. So everybody go to example 2. Now, same thing here. We're going to cross multiply and divide. So make sure you write this down. Okay, now when you cross multiply this, you're going to have to what we call distribute. So the 4 is going to multiply times the x plus 1. So when you do that, you're going to have to distribute. Okay, so 4 times x and 4 times 1 gives you 4x plus 4. And then when you do 3 times x minus 2, you distribute that, and you get 3 times x and 3 times negative 2, which gives you 3x and minus 6. Now when you're solving this, you have to get rid of x on one side. We get rid of the smaller x. Which x is the smaller x? The 3x. So we get rid of 3x by subtraction. 4x minus 3x over here is going to be 1x, or just x. Bring down the 4 and the minus 6. And then you have to get rid of that loner 4 by subtracting 4, and you get negative 10. Make sure you have this written down. We're about to do example 3. Okay, example 3. Same idea. We're going to cross multiply and divide. And you're going to distribute those numbers and then divide. Make sure you have that written down. So remember, you have to distribute and then get rid of the loner and divide, and you get your answer. Now, for example 4, you can put skip. We're not going to do an example like example 4. So as everyone heard me say, skip example 4. Don't worry about that. And then last step, you're going to write this down on your notes. And then we're going to do the 10.2 assignment, which if you haven't already gotten it, it'll be passed out to you. So make sure you get that done. Make sure you've already done 10.1 and you turn that in as